baddest incredible moments caught on camera. Shake.
Grandpa in Ohio. From a driver in Miami, Florida, who tore up this family's pool, and a sheep herd in China that huddled to avoid a passing tornado, to a grandpa in Ohio who tripped this fleeing suspect, and a hungry elephant in Thailand that robbed a tiny grocery store. Here are incredible moments caught on security camera. Graper, a Dutch businessman and the owner of Graper Automotive in the Netherlands. Oscar specializes in exotic cars. We're talking Mercedes, BMWs, Ferraris, and Audis. His inventory is worth tens of millions of dollars. So, when a fire broke out in the next door business, Oscar decided to risk everything to save his stock. The fire began around 8 p.m. local time. Oscar hustled into his showroom and quickly removed the yellow barricades blocking the front entrance. After moving the car out front, he hopped in the driver's seat of a Ferrari 812 Superfast and parked it away from the building. One down, 5 more to go. And that's not even counting the cars in the maintenance bay. I started running and flying like a rocket, Oscar said on Instagram. Thankfully, he kept his wits as he drove an Audi RS, a Ferrari 488, and a Mercedes AMG to safety. Firefighters arrived moments later, and Oscar showed them where the fire was threatening his business. Then, he and his employees began moving cars out of the maintenance bay. Now, while the fire department was willing to help Oscar, the police only made things difficult. One officer grabbed Oscar and began pushing him out of the maintenance bay. 2 more showed up, and one of them grabbed Oscar from behind to restrain him. Oscar didn't understand. He'd already moved about 15 cars. What harm will a few more do? The police weren't willing to listen.
They didn't mace the homie. Why they do him like that, bro? They could just save this car. Why they trip?
One of them pepper sprayed Oscar and then placed him in handcuffs behind the fire truck. We're assuming the police officers valued everyone's life more than the...
Is that the police? That's the ambulance.
Exotic cars. But at that point, tensions were already high, and Oscar was likely in fight-or-flight mode. Had everyone simply kept their cool, they would have realized that the fire was nothing more than a small workbench flare-up in the building next door. The damage was limited to some soot, and the only thing affecting Oscar's dealership was the smell of smoke. We don't blame him for trying to save his car.
So he didn't even go look at the fire. He didn't smell. He didn't even see no smoke. He took a whiff of smoke. Like, oh no, my building's done. It was, you could have looked.
But cooler heads would have likely prevailed. Mr. Garcia was having a rough night. He had just crashed his pickup after drinking with his buddy into the early morning hours of September 20th of 2021. When officers arrived, they found him slumped over the wheel with the engine still running. They could also smell the alcohol on his breath from down the road.
How's it going, sir? What's your name? What's your name, sir?
A car ran me off the vehicle, boss.
What's that?
A car ran me off the vehicle.
Okay. Do you have an ID with you?
A car ran me off the road, bro.
You have an ID with you?
That nigga is faded. You start yelling like that for no reason.
Driver's license?
I do, but the thing is...
Can you step out of the vehicle so I can talk to you more?
Can I step? You could probably wobble.
I almost died, bro.
Can you step back here and talk to me real quick? And then can I have your ID as well? Don't reach for that, okay?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Garcia failed every field sobriety test. At one point, he even tried to bribe our officer to let him go. He's lucky the cop chalked it up to drunken rambling and didn't charge him with bribery. Mr. Garcia's night should have ended at the police station. Instead, he made things worse with this daring escape attempt. Daring escape attempt.
Oh, wow. Tissue next. Oh, wow. Such damage. Oh, man. Just throw the trash can at least. micro damage. She's throwing tissues and rubber. Why not throw the trash can? You that bold, and throw the whole trash can at it. Start beating this shit. Last little for you go. Oh, what is he doing? Man, oh, you changed the mistake. Just realized it was chain. Magician. Okay. Double one, two. No way. Second story jump. Man, they let that happen. I'll get a second later.
Imagine having to tell your boss that the DUI in holding room 2 just jumped out the first floor window. That's probably why there isn't much information about Mr. Garcia's case. It's all too embarrassing to admit. While he was able to escape that night, police still had his wallet, his ID, and his truck. We're guessing he wasn't too hard to find after that. When we first met him, Mr. Garcia could hardly stand up straight. Hours later, he was picking locks and breaking out of jail like Houdini. Set your mind to it, and you can accomplish anything.
Yeah. The Mexican, they put their mind, they got it.
May 15th of 2020 was a cloudy day in quarantine for this Miami family. Usually, Carlos and Carolina Lagos would be out by the pool with their 11-year-old daughter and 2-year-old son. Instead, the rain kept them all inside, and it may have saved their lives. Suddenly, the family heard an explosion outside their home. They rushed outside to investigate, only to find 2 massive holes in their backyard fence and pool water flooding the yard. Lucky for us, their home security cameras captured what really happened.
That's clean God. That was smooth, I ain't gonna lie.
¿Dónde fue eso? ¿Aquí? ¿Y eso?
Went through everything. Imagine bro just kept driving. He can't drive after that.
According to Miami-Dade Fire and Rescue, the woman driving the runaway RAV4 suffered a diabetic shock behind the wheel. She passed out, lost control, and smashed through the Lagos family's backyard. Thankfully, everybody was okay, and the driver was quickly rushed to a nearby hospital. Carlos said this wasn't an isolated incident. This accident marked the 8th time somebody speeding down the nearby street had lost control and wound up in someone's yard. He and his neighbors are begging the city to build a heavy-duty fence or a thick wall between the road
What kind of street is that?
and their homes. It's only a matter of time until somebody gets hurt, or worse. Sao Paulo, Brazil is the largest city by population. Not
You would have had no time to get out. That shit came too fast.
only in Brazil, but in both North and South America. It's home to almost 22 million people within the greater metro area, meaning many suffer when heavy rains trigger widespread flooding across the city. This is especially true in the favelas, where, according to the World Bank, roughly 1/3 of the urban population lives in slum-like conditions. On January 14th of 2021, relentless rain caused the area below this street market to flood around 2 p.m. Locals tried desperately to save a family caught under the tents. At one point, we see a man in a green wetsuit carrying
They don't got like none of them like what you call them, like pipes or nothing. No. Like like streets, they got like the little things that catch the water. They got nothing like that. So it just flooded.
a child to safety. There's a mad dash for the door as water levels rise to their knees. Among the last people inside is our friend in the green suit. He shuts the door moments before a torrent of debris floats down the street. Had these people stuck around, they might have easily been swept away. It takes about 15 seconds for the water to destroy everything in sight. The tent structure collapses and floats away, taking everything below with it. That's when 2 men appear and thankfully join the others inside. According to local reports, nearly 10 inches of rain had fallen over 24 hours. Flooding persisted for a week as more rain fell later in the month. Meanwhile, several landslides struck the nearby city of Peruíbe, causing significant damage to roads and infrastructure. It was April 3rd of 2018. Police in Columbus, Ohio were in hot pursuit of an armed suspect who was fleeing on foot past the local library. Meanwhile, a loving